Greetings, young Jedi.
Hello there.
Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, and today we're taking a little bit of a throwback look at something kind of fun from a few years ago. This is the Star Wars The Black Series, Revenge of the Jedi, Darth Vader. This, I believe, was a PulseCon exclusive back in 2023, and it was just a little convention-exclusive, fun type of item. It was the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, originally titled Revenge of the Jedi. That's a fun fact for you. It was titled Revenge. I believe this promo poster came out, and then George changed his mind because revenge is not the Jedi way. So this set is really cool. It represents Darth Vader decoed similarly to how he is on that promo poster. And yeah, it's plastic-free packaging. They're very proud of that down there. But let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at what we're getting here. This is just kind of one of those fun, weird figures that we've gotten many of in the line. But I picked this up at ICCC 2024, and I'm glad I did. So let's look at it. Here's the figure in the box, and yeah, as I mentioned, the front features a poster image, and then there's a black border around it. Warning, Darth Vader Revenge of the Jedi 4+ plastic-free packaging, and then Hasbro. Top of the box, nothing. Side of the box, the spine and your plastic-free packaging logo. And some opening tabs here, which when you pull those open, it opens like a book, and you see our red decoed Vader in there, and his lightsaber. And then you see a reverse of the Revenge of the Jedi poster. It says Revenge of the Jedi Vader once more, Disney, Black Series, barcode and legal stuff. And around back, some information about the Revenge of the Jedi being the working title of the film. And then you have some legal stuff, Disney logos. Very, very nice art on this. Ultimately, I'd picked this up just because I wanted one, but it was in kind of, see, there's like rough shape. I want to pick up a nicer one for the sealed collection. So let's open it up. There is a gimmick. I'll show you. The poster actually slides out of the cover here, and somewhere in the box is a little tripod to stand it up. So we'll feature that. But yeah, let's get this guy out of his plastic coffin, or cardboard coffin. It's plastic free. Here's the Revenge of the Jedi Vader out of the box, and he's pretty striking, not gonna lie. So, if you look at the poster on the back with the supplied tripod for it, you know, the image is mostly just Vader with his glossy armor reflecting red light. And that's what they went for. And a lot of the reflections from the poster actually have translated directly to the figure. If you angle him to where you're looking at his helmet from a similar position, you see like it kind of wraps over and goes dark here, and it's kind of like S-shaped, you know. It does that here. You know, they've translated a lot of things directly from it to the product, and so that's really cool. Now, of course, anything from the neck down is just dealer's choice as far as whether or not you think it's accurate or not. But objectively, I do really like how this looks. I think of it as kind of like an art series type of figure, and I kind of have some thoughts about how it might be fun in some figure photography. Maybe I'll issue a challenge to anyone out there that has this and does figure photography. I would assume that if you did any kind of low light photography with this figure, maybe with some red lights glowing from the edges, the red lights would really pick up the red on the figure. Maybe making it look like saber glow back if you have him posed holding a saber out. Just some thought. I don't know how it would work. It's something I'm gonna maybe experiment with myself here someday, but just kind of the thing that came to mind. Looking at his accessories as I keep waving it around, he does come with his red-bladed lightsaber. Very nice choice of red for the blade. It's very standout. The hilt gets the same treatment as the figure. It's in a dark gray plastic. No paint like details on buttons or anything. Just has some red splatter throughout. It does keep it, you know, on par with the rest of the thing. The blade is removable, unclips like so, and then there is a hook on his belt to have him carry it over there. This is the same Vader that we've been getting for a while now. It's the Empire Strikes Back Vader, the way they have the the sculpts under the shoulder pads, and just the way they updated the articulation to be that. So he's got the butterfly joints in there. That's an Empire Strikes Back Vader thing. But he just looks really cool. I like the red throughout. The cape is very eye-catching. It's in a dark, like almost black, but sort of maroon color with brighter red splatter all over it. It's very eye-catching. I like everything going on here. The back of the helmet is very much just a dark, like burgundy color with some red splats on the sides, but it's just plain on the back. Same with the figure. He's got all this deco going on the front, but you get around back, there's not a lot going on. The cloak is kind of what they want you to see if you're looking around back on him. But, and on a character like Vader, where his whole, the whole back half of him is covered in the cloak, I think that's fine. It's just, it's a novelty figure. It's a fun figure. It's one of those things that you just kind of get for, the heck of it. Like, I'm sorry, I know there's some comic fans. A lot of us just picked up the white Darth Vader because there's a white Darth Vader, and that's neat. It was very eye-catching, and this is equally eye-catching. You'll get me picking up a lot of these kind of figures. I'm the problem. But otherwise, I just gotta, he's just striking. That's kind of why I like him. Let's run through some articulation. If you've got any Black Series Vaders, you know what you're getting, but we'll take a look anyway. He has that double ball neck, which allows him to look not far up, not far down, side to side. Get a little bit of pivot in there. His arms can come up kind of to a T-pose, not quite all the way, but 360 at the shoulder, and then there's that good butterfly joint in there. Single jointed elbows go a little decently past 90, and then swivel at the wrist, hinge in and out on his left hand, and also in and out on the right. Working our way down from there, he features a mid-torso ball joint, which allows him to crunch that far forward, which is not a lot. Back a little bit, get some twist in there and pivot. He can do a pretty wide splits and kick his leg almost straight forward. A little bit back, there is an upper thigh swivel, which I don't really like a sculpt like this, where he's got like the vertical ribbed, like stitching, because it just breaks up that sculpt very easily. But that's all right. Double jointed knees, which should be replaced on Vader's at this point. Just terrible old legs, but they're a little ugly when you get the full double bend in there. Not a fan of that. And then the feet can point straight down, a little bit forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker. It has all of the articulation required for any recipe of a good pose, and ultimately that is, what you would like to see in a figure. However, like any Darth Vader they make at this point, I just want them to do some new legs. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it. Just to compare to some other fun or relevant figures, here he is next to that Infinity's white Darth Vader. Again, just a different color of Darth Vader is really why anyone bought it. And then next to the new Anakin Skywalker, just to show that he's a little bit taller in the armor, which is accurate. Yeah, it's just like, what do you compare this to? There's just not really anything great to compare it to, but got to compare it to something in my videos. End of the day, what do I think of the Revenge of the Jedi Vader? It's something that you buy for fun, right? I mean, and you could say that for any action figure, but, he's not from anything. He's not obviously referencing an in-universe look. It's a look from a promo poster from a retitled movie. Like, it's just a thing. And I'm just a Darth Vader fan, and this look just kind of personally spoke to me, and so it's something I wanted to have. So here I am. I have it. It's fun that it comes with a little pull-out promo poster. That was a really unique thing to kind of make it stand apart from other promotional figures. And it's just an interesting look. It's kind of one of those things that goes out there with carbonized and credit collection, and it's just, you like this kind of thing or you don't. I like this kind of thing, but not in huge doses. I think one figure every now and then like this can be a very fun, charming addition when you're giving us wave after wave after wave after wave and constantly having new credit collection and archive, and not archive, but credit collection and carbonized, on shelf back to back to back to back. That starts to kind of become a little bit of a draw. But something like this every now and then, it's a fun little thing to put on the shelf. It's not a figure that everyone would buy, so when it's on your shelf, it makes your shelf stand out a little bit more, and that's the charm of it, in my opinion. So what do you think? Is this a figure you picked up, came out in 2023 at this point, so it's going on 2.5, almost 3 years old now. I think it's fun. I think if you can pick it up for cheap, it might be something fun to put on your shelf. So yeah, I recommend it if you haven't acquired this one and you're collecting. But if you haven't, if it's not for you, that's fine too. Fire off in the comments below If you've taken any photography with this and want to show off how it lights up, maybe in a low light setting or whatever setting you get creative with, make sure to tag me in it on Instagram. And that's where we're at. Thank you all for watching. May the Force be with each and every single one of you, and I hope you all have a very great day.